All right, 4-month investigation reveals health concerns at a facility that's received nearly $13 million in taxpayer funding over the past 2 years.
It's a place that's designed to make people healthier, but may actually be making them sick.
Yeah, that's right. This facility provides addiction and mental health services for thousands of people each year. But nurses who work there claim it's causing them serious health problems.
19 investigator Mike Mason has a story you'll see only on 19 News.
I could barely make it through a 12-hour shift.
And I started to get really lightheaded and really dizzy. And I'm like, you know what? Let me take a moment, y'all. Let me step outside because I feel like I gotta vomit.
Lydia Warner and Amber Hill are two of about a dozen registered nurses who worked at the Cuyahoga County Diversion Center. It's operated by Oriana House, a nonprofit based in Akron. Warner left this fall. This past July, Hill says she stopped coming to work because of health problems.
I was convinced that it was something in the building that was making me ill.
The nurses suspected mold was causing respiratory problems. Hill says she notified Oriana management, but claims they did little to address her concerns. So she and another nurse lodged complaints with Cleveland's Department of Public Health. The next week, on July 17th, Oriana hired a company called the Cardinal Group to take air samples in 5 rooms. Their report indicated mold levels were safe, noting there were no health concerns. Oriana tells us they addressed moisture by removing drywall and ceiling tiles, and they also purchased 9 dehumidifiers.
They weren't really fixing things, they were just kind of replacing tiles or painting areas where you would see the mold. We had a client fall in the wet spot from the ceiling falling in, so they put a garbage can there.
In an email to 19 Investigates, Oriana House wrote, "We're confident that any health issues related to air quality are not being caused by air within the diversion center." And they have no medical records from staff showing illness related to air quality. But 6 nurses we spoke with say the problems were far from being fixed, and Hill says she was diagnosed with breathing problems after she left her job.
Kind of mysterious pneumonia in both of my lungs.
Hill gave us a copy of her blood test showing elevated levels of antibodies linked to mold exposure. Experts say this fungus could cause other health problems. We spoke with a pathologist in Utah whose lab analyzed Hill's test, asking if he could determine the source.
It's hard to tell.
Without testing each nurse in the building, he said it's impossible to pinpoint the cause.
I never had any respiratory issues prior to that.
Meanwhile, the nurses turned to 19 Investigates for help. Behind the scenes, they were quietly collecting cultures, shooting photos and video of what they believed was mold growing behind ceiling tiles, forming on air vents. They documented signs of mold and moisture they say was rampant throughout the facility.
And there was mold in the exam room upstairs where we administer respiratory treatments. There was mold on the vents in the office where I sit, what appeared to be mold.
There's a whole bunch of water damage that you can see.
On August 1st, Cleveland's Public Health Department paid the diversion center a visit. The inspector fell ill after just an hour inside the building.
I'm slightly lightheaded just from whatever it is I'm smelling.
One of the nurses she spoke with secretly recorded the conversation.
Yeah, there's something because I can feel it. Yeah. My head hurts.
Oriana says the diversion center is safe and they've cleaned up all the mold. They declined our request for an on-camera interview. Coming up in our next report, we'll tell you what the inspector found and what the city is doing about it. Mike Mason, 19 News.